What's up, everybody? It's your girl Cha reporting live from the Money Mantra, and today we are back with another episode of Off the Charts. This is a series where we dispel common misconceptions about money and just how you may feel about yourself. A lot of people really don't understand that the blockages that they're experiencing in their life are actually coming from their own mind. So this series really aims to show you how to get out of your own head and to really get ahead and to put yourself where you see yourself um, in the future. Right. So my name is Cha. I've been hosting this series for I believe it's been about a year now. I started in October 2021 because I realized that what a lot of people missing are just they're missing hope, right? They're missing somebody who looks like them, somebody who's been through similar things that they've been through, showing them that you can actually overcome anything, literally anything that you put your mind to. So if this is your first time on this channel, make sure that you like, comment, share, and subscribe if you are really interested in this message that I am delivering today. If you do want more mindset videos, if you do feel like you've hit a stump with money, you know you want to be in a different position, but you don't quite know how to get there, I do encourage you to go to my off the charts playlist that you can find on my channel. Or if you are interested in different ways that you can build your income right now, starting today, you can also check out any of the Forex trading videos that I have on my channel as well. I've been doing that for about 2 years, and just really taking the time to learn that skill has taught me so much about myself. It's taught me so much about the bad habits that I had, and it's given me the focus to really correct them. Because if you want to be successful in anything it is that you do, you have to first believe that that's something that you can actually do. So today we're going to be talking about a simple concept, and you can take this 1 or 2 days. I think I'm actually going to name this video "Ask and You Shall Receive" because that's what we're going to be talking about today. At first I was going to name it "Closed Mouths Don't Get Fed," but it's really the same thing. It's just how do you want to internalize that message. Now if you're watching this video or you've been led here for any reason at all, it's maybe because you aren't really happy or satisfied with your current state of life, your current state of being, and where you are. You may spend a lot of time scrolling on social media, looking at the lives of other people, or even looking at these celebrities, and they just look like they have it all together, right? So it makes you a little bit envious and resentful of them, and then it kind of makes you feel bad for yourself because why can't you have those things as well, right? Why can't you change locations and change islands like you change clothes, right? Why can't you have nice designer things or a nice car or a nice home and live in a better area, eat better food? Why aren't you getting these things that you so truly deeply desire, right? Now, the first thing you have to recognize is, are these things that you actually want? Are these things that you can see yourself having? Or is it a distant fantasy, right? Because the only thing that really separates somebody who has it and somebody who doesn't is literally the fact that they have it. Now, how do you go about getting those things, right? And the first thing I would say is that, and I highly encourage you guys to take notes or to revisit this video. The first thing that you really need to do is you need to have an intention, right? An intention is something that you want, something that you're focused on, something that you're setting down, and saying in stone is saying, okay, this is what I want to happen, right? If you've ever applied for a job, your intention when you're filling out that application, you really want to get that job, right? So that you can really get that money and that you can really pay your bills. Excuse me, guys. When you get in the car, right? Let's just say you're going to visit a friend or a family member. When you get in that car, your intention is to get there safely, right? That's truly what you desire and what you believe is going to happen. Now, when it comes to our goals, a lot of us don't take this same approach, knowing that we have to set the intention for the thing that we want so that we can start working towards it, right? If you wanted to, and this is an example I will use all the time because it's easy to understand. If you want to go on a trip or vacation, first you're going to decide where it is that you want to go. Then you're going to start to make the appropriate preparations so that you can actually get to that place. You have to treat your goals and success like the same exact thing, but you first have to genuinely know what it is that you want, right? Now, a lot of people, I can hear them saying, I just want to be rich, right? I just want to have money. I just want to be wealthy. Okay, that's all good and well. Those are really great goals, but are you actually taking the steps to prepare yourself to receive that thing? And have you even asked for that thing, right? Maybe you're in a work position, right? But right now your expenses are currently higher than your income and you can't really afford it. You know that you're doing a great job at work, but you want to be paid more money, right? You know you deserve more money for the work that you've been doing, for the effort that you've been doing. You've been showing up. And a lot of people don't even know that you were showing up even when you didn't want to show up. You still came there and you did a great job. You're probably at the top of your field or chosen career, whatever it is that you want to do, even if you're an entrepreneur. But have you asked, right, the people who are paying you or the sources that you're getting your money from, have you asked for more? Or have you just settled into a comfortability, or not even a comfortability, a discomfort of knowing that you deserve more, but you don't have it, right? Now, I know a lot of people are afraid to ask for things they want because deep down inside, you don't really feel like you deserve it, right? But if you know that an extra X amount of dollars would change your life drastically, if you know that X amount of dollars would change your kid's life drastically, if you know that X amount of dollars would literally take you from living where you are right now to being in the place that you want, from driving the car that you're driving right now to driving the car that you want, have you asked the right questions so that you can receive the information to get there? Right? You may need to talk to your boss to get a raise, right? You may need to ask the people that you're collaborating with for an increase. You may need to raise the prices of your products, but you cannot get something that you did not ask for, right? Now, some people will call this prayer. I definitely pray a lot. When I pray, I'm talking to God and I'm just declaring the things that I want, right? Because God literally says in Mark 7:7, I believe, ask and you shall receive, right? You can't sit there in a slump and be mad at everybody else and having an attitude and walking around overworked and underpaid just because you didn't ask for what you were worth, right? Now, if you were going to move to a new work situation, of course, you're going to start off with, okay, I need to be paid this much more because this is how much I need to survive. Right? If you're an entrepreneur, you're going to really you have to have faith more than anything else and trust that what you're asking for, it will be received. But first, you have to have the courage and the desire and a belief that you deserve that thing that you're asking for. Right? And another thing we want to do is question, have you been a good steward to the things that you already have? Right? Like you may be asking to drive that better car and move to a better place or make more money or get a better job or have more customers, but have you been taking care of the things that you already have? Have you been kind to your customers, right? Have you been kind when you talk to them and when you are behind the scenes working, right? Are you cursing along the way like, "Oh, I hate this," or are you really enjoying the process, right? If you want to move to a bigger place in a better neighborhood, are you respecting the space that you have now? Are you keeping it clean, right? Are you keeping it the energy pure, right? Are you making that a space that, like, are you starting to pack up things so that you can move to another place because you know it's coming? Or are you continuing to sit there dissatisfied every single day because you aren't moving, right? A lot of people will say faith doesn't work, right? Entrepreneurship doesn't work, prayer doesn't work, but it's not that it doesn't work, it's that you aren't working, right? What you need to understand about God is that He's literally there to deliver anything you want. Right now, it may not be instant, but anything that you ask for, you will be given, but you have to ask, right? When we were kids, right? I remember when I was a kid, when I wanted to go to the store, or I wanted to maybe borrow money, or I wanted to go hang out with my friends, I had to ask my parents, right? If I were to just go off and do that thing, I'm pretty sure we can all agree that you probably would have gotten in trouble, right? But if you ask, right, you don't know what the response is going to be, but it 9 times out of 10, in that case, for me, it was going to be a yes, right? So once you get into the habit of asking and you know that you're going to get what you're asking for, I think you'll become more comfortable asking for bigger and better things, right? Because a lot of us on this call, we have this really unspeakable and undeniable power within us that we may have just started to wake up to, but other people have been seeing that, right? They see that everything you touch turns to gold, right? They see that everywhere you are, success is going to follow, right? And I know there have been situations for me where when I left a situation, the success, right, and the luster and the shine and the personality, right, and sometimes even the money followed me, right? So you got to remember, you yourself, you are a blessing, and you do deserve the things you're asking for, right? Let's just say you live in an uncomfortable home situation. Why do you deserve to live like that, right? Is that all you're supposed to do for the rest of your life? Is live in a neighborhood where you don't want to be? Is that all you were meant to do for the rest of your life? Is make $60,000 and get paid every 2 weeks? Or do you see more for yourself? For me, my vision for life is limitless, right? When I look at other people online, I don't get jealous, right? When I was younger, I used to be so mad because I didn't understand how they just really had the power to take control of their lives like that. I don't get jealous, I get inspired, right? Because if a human being can do it, right, then you can do it too. There's nothing that is off limits to what you can obtain once you literally put your mind to it, right? There's a really great book that I did a review on. It's called The Science of Getting Rich, right? And it's you can listen to the playlist. If you go over to my playlist, just look at Off the Chart season 2. We went over this entire book where he explains that the concept of getting what you want really all starts in your mind, right? The chair that you're sitting on, the car that you're driving in, the clothes that you're wearing all started as a thought in somebody's mind. And now it's a physical product that you're using to enhance your life. What if the person who invented wheels, right, never had the confidence to do that? What if they what if we just didn't have that, right? You have to really think about these things. Like, what if Steve Jobs never decided to go forward with his thought or idea of the iPhone? What if he was too scared of society? A lot of things will be different now. Like, there is an idea, there is a project, there is a book, there is a show, there is something big, a stage, right? There is something big out there with your name on it, but you have to be big enough and bold enough and confident enough to know that you deserve to receive exactly what you're asking for, right? One person really can change the world. Think about any celebrity that you know, think about any athlete, think about any entertainer or musician, and you know their name because that person decided to step up, right? And they decided to do what they wanted. And a lot of them, you'll hear their stories, and it's similar. They were at the bottom, right? They had hit rock bottom. They didn't know which way to go. They didn't know what to do, but they continued to walk in their purpose, in their path, in their passion, right? And then things eventually made sense for them. But do you think that they just stumble into success, right? Do you think that they just stumble into success, or do you think that it's something that they prayed for? Do you think that it's something that they asked for, right? Do you think it's something that they wanted? And the answer is yes, right? When you have this desire just to live better and just to want more, you also have to have the understanding or work on building your understanding that you can have that, right? You can have that true time freedom, right? You can have that true financial freedom. You can be anything and any person that you want to be in this world, right? There's literally no limits to what you can accomplish, right? Now, if you want more, again, like I said, you're going to have to start asking for more. You're going to have to start demanding more from life and stop taking the back seat to your own story, right? Because you're always going to be in the same position, going in circles, living at a level that you don't want to be at, vibrating at a level that you don't want to be at. You'll be consumed by all of these negative emotions, and you'll continue to view things from a bitter and jealous lens because other people are free and you are not, right? But the choice is really up to you, right? I encourage you to keep a journal because things that we write down tend to happen more often. You take it from a thought right to on paper, and then it really becomes reality. I encourage you to write down what you want, right? I encourage you to read it every day. And I want you to read it in the present tense, like you have already received it, right? If you've ever thought about somebody and they've called you, or you've ever thought about something, a song, a person, a situation, a commercial, a number, right? Triple numbers, and then you've seen that thing, just know that you have the power to use your mind to bring in what you want, right? You have the power to use your mind to bring in what you want, right? So instead of focusing on these things that we do not want, like instead of continuously putting ourselves through situations that we do not want to be in, right? Those are the thoughts that consume our minds. We're like, oh my God, I don't want this to happen. Oh my God, I'm so scared of this happening. You focus so much on the fear that you manifest it into your life, right? Now it can work the other way, and you can focus on the positive and focus on the good even before it happens, because 99% of situations that we experience in our heads don't even turn out that way, right? We pick up on the negative energy of that situation, but we spend so much time being anxious for absolutely no reason at all. You can use that same time to refocus your mind and say, this is what I want. This is what I'm going to have. Like, God, I'm asking you to carry me through this. God, I'm asking you to show me favor. God, I'm asking for you to keep me safe. God, I'm asking for you to carry me through. God, I'm asking for you to carry my family through. God, I'm asking for you to help me make it through this season, right? You have to ask for those things. Like, your life is in your hands. I don't want you to let other people, I don't want you to let situations, I don't want you to let circumstances control how you're viewing your future, right? Because what's going on today is not necessarily what's going to be going on tomorrow, right? Seasons change in the blink of an eye, right? Seasons change in the blink of an eye. It just became fall. So that means that a lot of things, right, are about to be cemented for you. But are you going to position yourself to receive that, right? Or are you going to sit in discomfort? Right? Are you going to start asking more questions, right? If you want to be rich, start asking more questions, right? How do I become rich? If you find something that you like, read more about that thing, right? There's so many different ways that you can generate money, generate income, change your financial situation, and upgrade your life. But you have to, again, ask the right questions, right? You never know who somebody is. I always say that the right conversation with the right person can really change your life. So start asking for more so that you can start receiving more. Because if you've done it on a small level, you can do it on a major level as well, right? So I think that's all I have for you guys today. This has been a very brief episode of Off the Charts, but I really wanted you guys to just be aware of the concept of asking you shall receive, right? Somebody cannot give you something if they don't know that you want that thing, right? And for those of us who have faith, and for those of us who believe in God, just know that when you ask for something, He's going to provide it to you, right? If you're in a relationship, your partner is not a mind reader, right? If you want them to do a certain thing, right? If you want them to act a certain way, if you want something from them, then you have to speak up and say that's what you want, right? Because the worst that could happen is that the answer is no, right? That's not as nearly as bad as half of the scenarios we create in our head. The worst that could happen when you ask is that the answer is no, right? And that's not even all that scary, because raise your hand if you've heard no before, right? We've all heard the word no before, so it's not really a scary alternative. So I just say just go for it, right? Just really go for it. So if you really like this video, you like this topic, you feel a little bit inspired, right, and ready to start getting more blessings, more bigger blessings, just make sure you hit the like button, hit the notification bell so that you never miss when I post a video. If you want more content like this focused on mindset, and just if the way you're thinking hasn't been working for you and you just need a different perspective, right, check out any of the Off the Charts playlists. Season 1 and season 2 is up. This is currently season 3 that we are in right now, episode 2, and this episode is called, right, closed mouths don't get fed, right? So pass that message on. And I will see you guys next week for another episode of Off the Charts. So have an amazing day, and I'll see you guys later.